you kidding me? Oh, heck no. Hey, y'all. It's Esmeree having technical difficulties. Let's see if I can rig this up so that it actually stays charging. My apologies. I am a couple minutes late. I'm trying to open the chat. Uh, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, there we go. Hey, y'all. Hello, Vanita. Hey, Miss Sonia. How are you? How are you? How are you? My apologies for my tardiness and my unpreparedness. I scheduled a live and heck, I forgot to even go get the stuff out of the truck. I got in here and got busy doing other stuff, um, so that's what I was doing. So let me figure out what's what. I guess we will go in order of how I pick these things up. You guys, excuse me for being in front of the camera. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Let's put you there. Let's put you here, and you here. Happy Thursday. I hope everybody's having a great day. Ending it off on a good note. I had a pretty good day. Had some technical difficulties all day, and I was totally beside myself with that. For whatever reason, my phones were not charging. Initially, it was the phone I go live on Bigo, on YouTube. So that one wasn't charging the way I needed it to be charging. We ran out of battery, so I caught myself putting it on the charger only for me to come out of the next door, and it was not charging. It didn't charge at all. So then I was like, okay, well, maybe I had it like sitting in a bad position or something like that. So I was like, well, here, we'll go. By the time I leave the next door, it should be charged. Absolutely not. Nothing charged. So then I was down to one phone, and that one started draining quickly as well, with me trying to scan and stuff like that. So I was in Georgia with partial battery. I think I was most of my day after I got off live with you guys. I was between 15 and by the time I got home, I literally had 2% battery left. So I was flying by the seat of my pants. Um, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get into the haul. So today I went to Georgia. I went to a couple of stores and I picked up some things that I needed. What are y'all seeing? Oh, my hand's moving in front of the thing. Yep, okay. So I picked up some things. First stop was, well, actually not first stop, but I went to Rainbow and checked on their clones. I didn't see anything that I really liked. Hey, Lisa, welcome to the live. I didn't see anything in there that I really liked. I did get a feel for the prices in there and what kind of men's cologne they had. So I said, worst case scenario, I would swing back through since it was right around the corner from my next stop. The next stop was Roses. And I brought you guys in on some of the Roses haul. Or excuse me, some of the Roses shop with me. Um, so here is one of the things that I got from Roses that I thought was a pretty good buy. My container's all dented up, but that's fine because I'm going to break these up anyway. These are mini hairbrushes, and I got these from Roses. They were $1.99 for the two of them. Of course, like I said, I'm going to break them up and add them to some concepts because I have a lot of beard concepts and things like that. And guys always want brushes, at least the ones that I do. I know do, except for the ones that don't have hair anymore. So I thought these were pretty cool. I picked up 4 of those, so that's a total of 8 of the little brushes. So I think that was a good find for me because that was definitely something I needed. The next thing that I wanted to pick up while I was there were some washcloths, and they are 50 cent at Rose's. So I got light blue. I got, what you call, light blue. We got a charcoal gray. And I picked up 4 of each of these. So here's the charcoal gray. I picked up a darker blue. And I chose these as opposed to some of the other ones. I saw some in Dollar Tree that seemed like they were pretty okay quality. They didn't seem as thick as these ones were, but I went ahead and got those ones. There's my other light blue from my set of 4. And I also picked up these gray ones. Nope, not gray. Learn your colors, chick. This is green. So we got some green. I also got a few of these red or garnet or burgundies. It's not really a true red, but I got a couple of those. And of course I got some khaki or tan, beige. So I got several of the washcloths. The washcloths that I have were primarily white. I had a lot of stripes and things like that. So I figured for 50 cents I would pick up a couple of other solids. And those were the ones that I got. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that's $12 worth of washcloths. And so we got those. And let's put those here. The other thing that I wanted were fragrances. They did not have the cigar fragrances that I wanted. So I ended up picking up this, whatever this is supposed to be. Valiant. I like the bottle in that charcoal gray, kind of lavenderish color. But I picked this one up. These were $6.99, and that is totally against my price point, but I picked them up anyway. Here are the, what is this, Bros or Bros? So we got a couple of those. I think I showed you those in the store. They had these body sprays. This particular one is the Woody Blank. And I have 2 bottles of this cologne. So I'm going to pair it up with those. I just saw those, so I figured I would get those as well. The other things that I got out of there were these sling bags. They were $5.99. And it says men's zip front sling in khaki. So we got this one. And we also got one in a blue, a navy blue. So I picked up those 2, begrudgingly, but I did pick those up. I did find also in my vehicle that I bought something from my local flea market this past weekend that I did not take out of the car. And they are these little bags. I don't know what kind of bags these are. But they're little like this. It's kind of like a belt bag. I don't know if it's a sling. We'll have to see. It has a string on it. Kind of like a camera bag. It's got this zipper compartment up here and then space down here to put stuff in so that it's kind of secure. And then it's got this little situation at the back. I don't know what these are. I'll have to look them up. But they were like $2, so I got 2 of them to see if I like them. And if I can figure out what they are, then I may go back and get some more of those. So that concludes roses and things I got from the flea market this weekend. So let me move these ones out of the way. The next store I went to was Ollie's. Well, actually, the very first store I went to was a Family Dollar that was relatively untouched. So, you know, all of that stuff for like 97 cents and all that kind of stuff, they still had tons and tons and tons of that stuff. So, I went ahead and shopped primarily for my grandkids. So, I got them some outfits for like the wintertime and some things like that. So that's primarily what I got out of there. And I said I was going to go back. What stopped me from shopping is they had all of that stuff outside. Um, let's see, when did I go to City Trends? They had all of that stuff outside, and there was a wasp nest in there, and I didn't want to get stung. So I said that I told the girl after I checked out that there were wasps outside, and she said she was going to go and knock down the nest and spray and all kind of stuff. So I was like, okay. But I planned to swing back by, but then when I started having the battery issues, I was like, I ain't chancing it. So I didn't even go back over there. But I got quite a bit of stuff from out of there. $18, I think I ended up with like 12 outfits, two-piece outfits like track sets for the boys. I got some khaki pants for them. A couple of two-piece outfits for some of the girls. Just some little odds and ends and stuff. Like I said, $20 worth of stuff. So, hey, Miss Rosetta, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. I'm just going over some of the items that I picked up today. Let's see, where else did we go? I also went to, let's see. Oh, Ollie's was next. Let's show you what I got from Ollie's in case you guys are interested or looking for any of this stuff. Alright, make sure I got it on there. There was a lot of Squishmallows in my Ollie's. That's their item of the week. So they had a lot of Squishmallows in there. I wasn't interested. I passed all that stuff up, but I thought it was interesting that they had those. What I did buy was this huge bottle of Dead Sea Collection. This is 3-in-1 hair, face, and body in the scent Amberwood. And it was $2.99, but this is a large bottle. So I was looking for a couple of things with some larger bottles. So I was glad I was able to get those. I picked up 2 of those. I also got some of the LOL mini play packs. They were $1.99. They had several of the other ones and other character items. And they had, well, I'll tell y'all about that next time. In the event I have to go back and get me some stuff. This one is a loofah that I got for 99 cents, and they are Minecraft. So I picked up a couple of those to go with some Christmas concepts, Christmas bundles, and toys and stuff like that. So that's pretty much all I got out of Ollie's. Not a lot. I wasn't impressed in there either. So after that, I ended up going to City Trends and then TJ Maxx. I went in Walmart. There wasn't anything. Actually, I bought, I think, like 2 or 3 packs of salts out of there. But that was about it out of there. City Trends. We got a couple of fragrances. These were on clearance for $4. So this is the Riviera Breeze for Men. And like I said, they were originally $6.99, but they were on clearance for $4. So I got this pack. I also got several of their socks. that were on clearance for $2. Now these socks were originally $2.95, but they were on clearance for $2. So I picked up a pack of these. These are for a 4-pack. Um, I also picked up some True Religion socks. Now these are quarters. They were originally $2.95, but they were also on clearance for $2. So I got a pack of those. Now there were like some more packs of these that were not on clearance, and so I asked the girl, since they were the exact same socks and all that kind of stuff, were they on clearance also? She scanned it and said no, because they had different UPCs, of course. So I just got this one pack of the True Religion socks. But this is what I was actually going after. It's the multi-pack of True Religions. These were $9.99. So $10 for 12 packs. And that's going to come in handy because I have a couple of socks still left from last year. Not socks. I have slides left, or slippers from last year. True Religion. I also have a multi-pack of the shirts and the boxers that I picked up probably earlier this year. And I have some other True Religion stuff. So I went ahead and picked up, I needed the socks to go with those things. So I picked up a 12-pack, but then I ended up finding these, this 3-pack. So I have a couple of different things. But since I was in there and I started looking around, I found these True Religion wallets. They say the original price was $50, but they were on clearance for $7. Hey Sally, welcome to the live. So we got this little True Religion wallet here for $7. And I got this True Religion set. It's the wallet with a bonus utility clip. And this one says it was $10, but it was actually $7 also. At least that's what she brought it up as. I don't have many shoes over a size 12. So these are 12, 13. And they were on clearance for, I think these were $3, $3.50. They have $7 on here, but they ended up being $3.50. So I got these. And I'm going to pair these up with some chips and probably a tumbler or something of that sort. And I'm going to just roll these out by themselves. Just, do a little quick, simple slipper concept with them and just roll those out because I wanted to have something with a larger size on there. So I picked up those. And I also found these sets. These are regularly $16.99 in there, but they were on clearance for $12, which isn't much of a sale. But I did like the fact that it had the wallet with the burgundy face on it. It's our cognac. It's also got the flask in there, and then there's an opener. So I picked that up. I was kind of on the fence, but I did like the way that looked. And I also got it in the black. So I thought those would be cute. And the other thing that I literally went to Georgia looking for were Atlanta Falcons apparel. And I ended up finding some on clearance. So we have some AirPod cases. And these were $2. I found a 4-pack set of the cozies. And these were $4. So we're going to break those up. And what else did I find? Oh, that big old pillow you guys saw in the intro. So this Falcons pillow was $3. Yes, $3. They had some that were 7, and they had some that were 10. And but I chose this one because, of course, it was the least expensive. And I still don't have like blankets or anything. I have scarves and gloves and keychains and all of that stuff for Falcons. So I'm gonna pair that up, and we'll see how far we get with those. So that's some of the Falcon stuff that I have. So I was glad I got that kind of thing. And where else did I go? Oh, TJ Maxx. Yep, TJ Maxx, and that's it. Let's see what's in this bag. Oh, that's cologne. I showed you that. Okay. So let's do TJ Maxx, and then I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys so much for coming in and checking out what I got today. TJ Maxx was kind of uneventful at first until I started looking around. These bags are at TJ Maxx. I'm looking for a price. I want to say they were $10. Oh, here it is. Yeah, $9.99. So I got one in black, or actually I got two in the solid black with the red trim. So that's gonna go with some of that other True Religion stuff. Probably pair that with a sock and something else, and I'm gonna run those just like that. Since I do have quite a bit of socks from them. And then this other one was $12.99. So here is that. And if you remember, it actually is pretty similar in style to this wallet that I picked up in another store. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm not putting these together, but I thought that was cool. So I picked up these. Y'all already know. I wasn't happy, but I went ahead and got them. They also had a couple of brushes. These are some kind of Belmont men's brushes, and they were $1 each. So I got the two that I saw. I wish I had saw some more of those, because of course I would have picked it up. And the only other thing that I got were some baseball caps to one of my local teams, one of the teams that I'm planning to do, which is Florida A&M University. These were originally $8. I picked up one that was $8 and one that was $4. I didn't know it. I went up to the register. I was okay with the $8 because I need some of these to go with like some of the other stuff that I have. So when I got up there, she rung up one of them. It said $7.99, and then the next one said $4. And I was like, "Hold on, that's the same hat. So can I get them both for the $4?" And she was like, "Well, I don't want to get in trouble for changing prices." And she asked the girl beside her, and the girl was like, "It's literally the same number, it's the same hat, and all that kind of stuff." And that they should be the $4. So I was like, "Okay, cool. If that's the case, ring me up for some more of them, and I'm gonna go back there and get every one that you have." So I only found 5 of them, a total of 5 of them. But if I had found some more, I would have definitely bought more of those. These will sell by themselves here in my city for like $25 all day, every day. So, but that's not what I'm gonna do with them. I'm adding them to some concepts, so we're gonna roll with them like that. Hey, Crafty Leo, welcome to the live. And that is all I got, y'all. So I got some hats for Florida A&M. I got some Atlanta Falcon stuff. I bought True Religion items, wallets, cosmetic bags or dope bags, dupe bags, whatever you call these, dot bags, toiletry bags. I don't know what the guys' equations of them are. I got some wallets. I got some flask sets with watches and openers. And I got a couple of fragrances. So that's pretty much all I got today. What did I miss? Hey, Queen. Welcome to the live. I was just showing them some of the things that I got today. I went to Family Dollar, roses, Ollie's, City Trends, $1.25 and Uptree, Walmart, TJ Maxx, and some other little store that they had there. I felt really out of place, so I left immediately. They had some cool stuff from what I saw at the front door, but I was like, nah, let me get myself out of here. I don't play around in Georgia like that, especially not in these small towns in Georgia. They always, it's like they smell the visitor on you. They realize that you're not from there. I get that a lot, so I don't know. And maybe it's just me. But that's all I got, you guys. Like I said, I'm going to be working these items into some other concepts and getting this stuff all together. I was out in the workshop, so that's why I was late getting onto the live, because I was pulling concepts and all of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what I'm in now. So, crap. I got to get this table cleared in here and get my table cleared out there. These are some things that I ended up actually getting from Walmart a while ago. They are regularly $20, but they were on clearance for like $1 or $2. I don't remember. Stackable mugs. And I also have these ones, which is the football and the mug. So we got those. So yeah, I have a lot of collegiate stuff. That's why I was saying I'm putting collegiate stuff in everything. We got night lights. I got keychains. I have, a lot of things for the schools in my area that I'm going to do. So other than the Miami Dolphins, I'm doing Florida State University. I'm doing Florida A&M University. I am doing Atlanta Falcons. And there's actually two more. Alabama and somebody else. Oh, Cowboys. So those are all of the ones that I'm going to do. I bet that team was $1. Should have been a penny. It should have been. It should have been. We've already started pulling the items for the Gator baskets, of course. So I'm getting excited about that. So, this is one of the Rattler shirts that's going to go with the hats. So we got the shirt, then we got the hat. So that's them. And we also have the Florida Gators, of course. I guess that's it. That's all I have in here, which is enough. I think I left some stuff in the car too, guys. I'm pretty sure I did, because I had something else, some more Gator stuff that I actually got today, and I don't see it up here. No, I didn't. That stuff, it should be in the workshop, because that was not today. Y'all know my days be running together. So anyway, that's what I that's what I got. I may or may not put these curves with that Florida A&M stuff. The green and orange are their colors. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. And I brought these things from inside of, from back there. So they're going out to the workshop. These are some shades that I have to go with the Gator. So we got the orange shades with the blue tint on them. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's got a blue iridescence to it. A blue tint. So those are going with that. And yeah, that's what we got going on. So it's stuff everywhere. Crafty's all happy face now, huh? So yeah, that's what I got today from the different stores. It was okay shopping day. These are not my price points, you guys. Like, seriously, not my price points. But I did want to go ahead and spend a little bit of money to bring some of these concepts together. I could have put anything in there, and I know that. Um, there's nothing that says, it has to have this. Like, there's no rules about it. Like I was telling you guys before, sometimes it's the color that makes it be a theme. Sometimes it's the items that kind of go together cohesively that are the theme. Other times there are literally just random items in a basket, or in a gift to make a basket. I usually try to make sure my stuff kind of goes together, but I am not above randomness. But for these particular gifts, because I know that they're going to garner a lot of attention, especially in this town, I wanted to make sure I had a certain type of quality in there. So that's why I went ahead and purchased some of this stuff. That True Religion crap was just because I bought the other True Religion stuff, and I still have other True Religion stuff from last year. So I just went ahead and picked up the bags. I figured that would pump up the value of most gifts, um, because the other items are kind of lower in cost. So I wanted to make sure I kind of spread out the money, because it'll be super easy for me to take a shirt, FSU shirt, the FSU box, the FSU this, take all of those things and just put them in one gift. That's easy. Um, but it's not necessarily the best thing when it comes to cost, because the cost of each of those items is going to make that be an expensive basket. So in a lot of cases, I'm finding that I'm having to uh, make my gifts with one main item or one pricey item, and then add some other fillers, and different price points to kind of make sure I spread out my cost, and I still am able to get um, a good value for the price that I'm charging. So I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. It's kind of late. Your girl is tired. I've been wrestling with these phones all day. I am absolutely beside myself with regards to what in the world is going on with my phones. But I am kind of thinking, because I am charging, everybody's charging up now. So I'm thinking it has something to do with my outlet in my vehicle, or the plug thing, that charger, port charger. I bought another one today, as well as a power bank. I probably spent $20 in just accessories trying to get my phones to work, only to realize now that it was probably just a charger. I put them in the USB, um, in my center console, so, and they were not working. Well, they were charging, but they were charging really slow. So I don't know what's going on with it, but we'll have to figure that out. Hey, Sedona, at work but listening. Thank you for popping in. Thank you. But that's all I got, you guys. Like I say, it's been a long day. I am going to go ahead and clear these things off of my table so that I can. I don't know if I want to stage in here or what. Since I have already brought this stuff in here, I'm gonna just take the stuff back outside. I ain't gonna start that. And I was out there calling myself pulling items to finish these concepts. But the furthest I made it was this rose, and then I realized I was out of time and that my live was supposed to have started. So I just kind of cut it short and came on in the house. But I did find a rose to put here. Now, if that's going to actually go in there, I don't know. But we shall see. What are you guys saying? But yeah, guys, so that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you had a great day. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns? Anything they want to see again before I leave you all? If not, then I'm gonna let y'all go. Yeah, I can't put that rose there. He's blocking up more of the He's blocking more of the words on the cup than the little, what was I going to put in there before? Oh, the fragrances. I'm so beside myself that I couldn't find any of those skinny colognes. You guys are calling them cigar colognes. I didn't find any at that store. So I may venture off in the morning and shoot to the other one that I have near me and see, because I really, really would like to add those. Like I say, I have a lot of shades that I'm going to be incorporating, so I kind of need some smaller fragrances to put in some stuff. So that's why I went there initially. So we're going to have to figure out what else we're going to do besides that. I get the idea of the rose, but this rose ain't gonna work. I don't think I'm gonna do the rose in there. I'm gonna figure out something else to put in there. If all else fails, I'll just put some shred in there and be done with it. I didn't want to put any shred. It doesn't really need to have any shred because they have this pretty um, paper in there. But it kind of looks empty up there, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. So you guys let me know down in the comments if you have any suggestions for what else I can put in these little blank spaces. Because as you see, the roses that I have are kind of big for that. It's going to start covering up everything. So yeah, that's all I got, y'all. Let's see. And that's it. For those of you who weren't on earlier, I did a live this morning before I left, and I showed you some of the concepts that I had worked that were in here, are about to get transported out of this house. So all of these things that are on the table is leaving today, or should I say in the morning. This little guy, that little guy, that truck situation over there. Here, let me do this because I don't think I'm showing you guys good. But him and him, they're leaving. This truck situation is going also. I got the Miami Dolphins back there in the back. He's going. I got that fishing concept over there. That's also leaving here. So I gotta boat him. I gotta drop the dolphins in a bag. I got a couple of concepts over here in bags. Some need bows. So yeah, we got some work to do, but this is what I got going on. And I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. I probably won't take you on a field trip, seeing as I got to figure out what's going on with my charging situation, and I need to quickly go and pick up these items and come back. So it's not going to be an all-day shopping event like it was today. Um, but I will show you what I got, maybe. Probably not. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you coming in and listening to me and seeing what all I bought today. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And we'll chat at you next time. So be good, or at least be good at it. We'll talk to you later. Good night.